Welcome to many videos on Roving America. I know I posted a couple other videos, but I wanted to show you how traveling works on Frontier Airlines from Orlando International Airport. So let's go ahead and go inside, and I'll kind of show you around the terminal a little bit. So when you first walk inside, you're going to see these kiosks over here on the right-hand side. So if you don't want to go all the way up to the regular customer service desk, you just go over here, type Frontier, and then you'll just type in your code. It'll print you out a actual boarding pass. There is only a few airports that actually do that. And then if we go over here, you will actually see the line that is there if you want to check in bags. So I would recommend doing this ahead of time online. That way you could just tag and then they'll weigh it. If you do it at the gate, you're going to be paying more money. Here's the prices that are listed. I'll put it right above here right now, and you could see the different pricing changes. I definitely recommend, if you're going to have a carry-on, do it online. Of course, I always recommend, if you are going to fly Frontier, you're going to do it with as little stuff as possible, because this stuff does add up. So you might only pay $38 for a ticket, or $50 or $60, but then you add in the carry-on. The carry-ons could be more money. And then this is where you're going to check in at. You're going to go through gates 1 through 59. Usually they're going to be through the gates that are between 1 through 29, which is in Terminal A. And then if you look at the departure list, it'll show you what your flight. I was flying to Chicago, so it showed me that I was flying out of gate 11. I just always like double checking that before I fly out, because if you don't, there's a possibility they could do a gate change and then you might miss your flight. So always double check that board before you go to any airport. And then what you're going to do is you're going to board this transit area over here. So this is the transit train that goes from Terminal A to your gate. This one goes from Terminal A to gates 1 through 29. And once you hit this, it's an easy ride. As you approach, you're going to get off, obviously, on the opposite side that you actually went on. There's me in there wearing the Toy Story shirt. And then this is going to be your food options as you walk into the terminal, gates through 129. And then you're going to have numbers on here. So you're flying out of Orlando, it'll say 20 through 29, 10 through 19, 1 through 9. So it's pretty easy to figure out. I mean, it's not anything complicated. So obviously I was flying out of 11. So I headed over to 11, and then I'll show you around the terminal, show you what kind of plane Frontier has. They have the Airbus A320. That is the plane that I was flying that day. So you could definitely see that is the Airbus A320, and it seats, according to Frontier, 180 passengers. And there's 3 on each side for a total of 32 rows. And if that was the case, and you would actually have 192, I figured it out, but I think they don't allow you to take all of them, so that is there. And then you could double check your baggage before you go on there. They did not have any plugins to plug in your phone, which I did not like, but that's kind of on the airport more than the airline. Was able to find a plug out by the wall. They did check your temperature. They don't do it anymore. And then you're off once they check your temperature and your boarding pass. You're off just like a normal airline. And this is what it's going to look like entering into a Frontier airline. Not airline, but airplane. So here in a second you'll see it. And this is what it looks like. The seats are very uncomfortable, I'm not going to lie. They're not as uncomfortable as Spirit, but I heard they are replacing it with new ones. Look at this tray area that they give me. Now, I'm 6'2". Look at this little tray. It's funny. So if you need something to work on, Frontier Airlines is not going to provide that with their trays. And they do not provide any in-flight like entertainment, so you make sure you download your own things as well. And also, they do not provide any food or drinks. They do provide water, but it costs money. And there's the book on it showing what kind of flight it is. And this kind of gives you an overview of how big the flight is. It was overall like a very comfortable flight. I'm not going to say it wasn't like a comfortable ride or anything like that. I would rate it maybe like a 3 out of 5. Now, I haven't had any issues with them leaving the terminal on time, but obviously with all the added fees, make sure you double check that before boarding Frontier Airlines, because you are going to have baggage fees, and that is per direction. So you could end up actually spending more money through Frontier than you would like just paying an additional $30 or $40 through another airline per ticket. So do remember that before boarding Frontier. Other than that, definitely check them out. The flight was definitely relaxing and comfortable. It's just the seats and the amount of luxuries and stuff like that. That's why I rated it a 3 out of 5. I'm not rating it that because it was a bad flight or anything like that, but for the limited amount of stuff that you do get during your flight. All right, and with that being said, thanks for watching Roving America. I'll have future videos out on this channel, visiting like roadside attractions and different places throughout the country and doing reviews on everything and anything. So thanks again for watching. Have a great one.